Let's continue on in the NFL. Another overreaction. The Colts fell to the Texans today. Indy is now 6-7 on the season, 2-3 against the AFC South. Fans and media critics alike are saying on social media that Chuck Pagano, the coach, and Ryan Grigson, the GM, should lose their jobs over the Colts' struggles the last 2 seasons. Overreaction time. Have Pagano and Grigson ruined the Colts?
Ruined is a tough word. Obviously, Chuck got off to a great start. He got sick. He came back and battled that and came back showing some tremendous guts. But as his ability to coach this football team and get the most out of them, he's vastly underwhelming.
Okay.
I think both these guys should be at least on the hot seat. Obviously, last year, you look at the bad year last year that kind of got this thing way off track. So much of that has to do with Andrew Luck's injury. Now that Andrew Luck's been healthy for the most part, not fully all year, but for the most part that he's been healthy, this is the one that I think puts them both firmly on the hot seat. I don't think Grigson's done near enough to help this defense. They've made some moves offensively. They were the preseason favorite to win the Super Bowl last year once they made those moves and acquired Frank Gore and Andre Johnson. You get these guys. All of a sudden now they were the favorites. The fact that all fell apart so rapidly had everything to do with Andrew Luck's injury. But now that Andrew Luck's been healthy this year, I think you really got to look at, is he getting the most out of this team? Certainly not. I can understand why they might keep their jobs going into next year, but they better have a very short leash and a very hot seat, especially Grigson, because I just don't think he's done enough. We all know the Colts defense sucks.
Okay.
We all know that that's where they need some help. And yet they don't seem to be able to put pieces in place via the draft, via free agency, via in-house to allow them to compete on the defensive side of the ball. And offensively, they're very underachieving. So I can't say they've ruined the Colts, but it's on its way there. It's spiraling downward. You know, I hate to kind of just stamp things.
Right.
And because we're in the media, it's so easy to. And that's sort of an easy cop-out way to say, yep, Colts are ruined. Colts had a tough break last year when their best freaking player, who was an MVP favorite, got hurt for the whole year. That's going to derail you. The fact that it didn't come back a lot better this year in what I think is the worst division in football, they're now not going to make the playoffs in that division.
Right.
And the Texans are going to make it, or maybe the Titans are going to come back and make it. That's shame on you, Grigson. Shame on you, Pagano. And any slip up next year, then consider them ruined, stamp it, and get them the hell out. But I'm going to give them a little bit more leeway to see if they can put some pieces on the defense and get the most out of Andrew Luck in the offense.
Yeah, ruin certainly seems like maybe an exaggeration. Certainly haven't taken them to the next level, haven't done the Colts fans
justice. They won 3 out of 4 going into this game, so I was ready. If they had a convincing win today, think about how different the narrative would be. So that's why I think it's a clear overreaction to say they would have been 4 out of 5. And we'd be sitting there going, that I would say, I thought they were going to win today. I picked them. They have the inside track to win the AFC South. Now, we're talking about ruins.
Yeah,
I'm not ready to go from inside track to win the division to make the playoffs to ruined, but it's spiraling downward, and they're not getting the most out of that team and the offense and Luck, and they're underachieving now for a couple years.